there are three types of graphs that we will be seeing: the displacement time graph, the velocity time graph, and the acceleration time graph. So let us see what we are going to see today. So this is the learning objectives. We will be seeing the displacement time graphs, the velocity. Then after that, you have how to calculate velocity from the displacement time graph. Then you will see velocity time graphs. You will see how to calculate displacement and acceleration from velocity time graph, then velocity time graph of free fall, and acceleration time graph. Okay, so all these things we will be seeing. So let us start. The first set of graphs. Mute yourselves. Okay, now this is your what you have done in 7th standard. Okay, displacement time graph. The first case is a stationary object. Okay, so the displacement is taken on y-axis, time is taken on the x-axis. The object is at rest. So there, as the time passes, the displacement from a particular position, it is constant. So the displacement does not change at all. So this is a body at rest. I think you remember body at rest, right? Stationary object. So if it is parallel, the displacement time graph is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, then we say that the body is at rest, right? So this is the first one, body at rest. Now the second graph, displacement time graph for uniform velocity. If it is a uniform velocity, okay, then it is always a linear graph. A linear graph. What is a linear graph? It is a straight line. A linear graph is always a straight line. Remember that. So uniform, whenever there is uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, whatever, so uniform, so displacement time graph for uniform velocity, this will represent uniform velocity. Okay, this line. Okay, or the body, or you can say uniform motion. Uniform motion, the body is traveling. Please mute your mics. Please mute your mics.
Manas!
Mute your mic. So this is the displacement time graph for uniform velocity. Then next, variable velocity. So this variable velocity, it will be a curved line. It is not a straight line. It is a variable velocity. It comes like a zigzag kind. So when you join all the points, it is a curved line. So remember the three displacement time graphs: stationary object, uniform speed or
Uniform velocity.
Yes. Toshit, please mute your
And
mic. Toshit, mute your mic. When I ask, you will answer. Okay. And this is the variable velocity. Now next slide. Calculating velocity from displacement time graph. This is very important. How to calculate velocity from displacement time graph. Now, there is something that is called slope of the graph. I do not know whether you have learned, okay, in mathematics, after you draw the graph, there is something that is called slope of the graph. Now, in this, how do you find the slope of the graph? So, this is my graph. Can you see the red color line? This is the graph. Now, I take any 2 points. See how to find the slope? You take any 2 points on the graph. So, I took any 2 points on the graph, A and B. Okay. Now, what I do is from B, I draw a horizontal line to the y-axis. Where does it reach the y-axis? At 40, right? And from A, I draw a horizontal line again to the y-axis, because this is the points that I have marked on the graph A and B. I want to find the slope of the graph. So from B, draw a horizontal line to the y-axis. Okay, so it is reaching it at 40. Okay, so this the displacement is 40 at this point, and over here from A the displacement is 20. So you do 40 minus 20. Okay, then again take the point. Then again take this and come down. Come down. Okay, so 4. When you come down from this point B to the time axis, that is x-axis, it corresponds to 4. And when you come from point A, it corresponds to 2. So what did I do? 4 minus 2, right? So take the Take any 2 points.
Ma'am, one doubt is there.
1 minute, let me complete, then you ask. Take any 2 points. First, go with each point to the y-axis. So from here, 40, from here, 20. So 40 minus 20, y1 minus y2. And then come down to the x-axis from point B, 4. And from point A, it is 2. You can see the line. So 4 minus 2. So you get 20 upon 2. So 10 meter per second. Velocity, 10 meter per second. Toshit, ask your doubt.
Ma'am, but why the A's value is only 20? We can take 10 also, no, ma'am. And then like that B.
No, you cannot take 10 because where A is there, you go to the left hand side. Where is it meeting the y-axis? At 20. How can you take 10?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm telling that can
yes.
A
You can take A down. Then you can, if you take A over here, then you will get the value as 10. Then you will get this as 1, not as 2. Okay, no problem. You can take anywhere. Okay,
Yes,
so that only I'm showing 1 minute. The far end of the graph. Okay, the far end of the graph. If you can see, the last value is 50. At the end of the graph, this is 50. Okay, so I'm taking the bigger triangle 50 and the lowest end is 0. So I have taken 2 others. Just like Toshit said, I again took 2 more points, 50 and 0. And this far end of the triangle, this line is coming at 5 and this is at 0. So 5 minus 0. Again, I do the same thing. I get the same velocity. So Toshit, I can take point A and B anywhere. Anywhere I take the points. You just...
Ma'am, but how we will get the same answer? If we take 20 and 40, then it's different.
No. You will get the same.
You will still have the same answer, Toshit.
Because down also it will change, no? If this is changing, then the down part also changes. So the answer will be the same. From wherever you take, the answer is going to be the same.
Ma'am, but what about the curved graph?
If there is a curved graph, see, usually when you calculate velocity, you take the straight line. Now, if it is a curved graph, then you draw a tangent. You know what is a tangent? You draw a straight line at one point, and then you take the slope from that. Okay, it is given in the book. You can see in your this thing, it is given. But that is not very important, so I have not taken this. This is the most important. It is usually a uniform motion graph. So did you understand how to find?
Ma'am, so we can.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so we can take any value, no?
You can take any value, you will always get 10. See, that is why I calculated with 2 values. You can see I have calculated with 2 values, I am getting the same answer. Okay? So,
Ma'am, excuse me, I just came, I came late due to some technical issues.
So, no problem. We are going to go further on, you will understand. Okay? So, now we just calculated the velocity. Now, the next slide is velocity time graph. Now from the displacement time graph, we calculated velocity. Now we are going to see velocity time graph. Now this velocity time graph, on the y-axis, what do you take? You take velocity. Okay. And on the x-axis, what do you take? Time. Now look at this graph. Uniform velocity. Right? Now let us say that I'm on the express highway. I've started the express highway. So I can easily go at 60 km per hour throughout the express highway, right? So I'm going at a constant speed. So this is constant velocity. This is the graph of a body that is traveling with a constant speed. So you can see that on express highway, my car is going with a constant speed, right? So the velocity is constant. Now I ask a question. Who will answer me? Toshit will answer. Toshit, can you tell me what can be the acceleration over here in the first graph? What can be the acceleration? Okay, Toshit is not able to answer. Who will answer? Aditya? Rohan? Anyone can tell me what will be the acceleration?
Ma'am, 6.
No, beta,
Ma'am,
no.
0.
Who answered? 0. Rohan. Very good. Very good, Rohan. And the other person? Very good.
Ma'am, how?
I'll tell you. Whenever, I told you yesterday, when the velocity is variable, that means the velocity is changing, only then there is acceleration. Here, velocity is not changing, so acceleration is 0. There will be absolutely no acceleration over here. Okay, so in the first graph, there is no acceleration. Okay, it is uniform velocity. Can you see straight line? See, so after 5 minutes also velocity is 4 meters per second. After 10 minutes also 4 meters per second. After 15 minutes also, 15 seconds also, the velocity is 4 meters per second. So velocity is the same. The body is moving with the same velocity.
Ma'am, but in the second one, it will be not 0 because it's changing.
Yes, very good. Now I come to the second graph. Okay, this is uniform acceleration. Now, why it is the, see now what is happening? Velocity sorry, is increasing uniformly. Velocity is increasing uniformly. After 5 seconds, the velocity is 2 meters per second. After 10 seconds, the velocity has become 4 meters per second. After 15 seconds, it has become somewhere around 6 meters per second. So the velocity is steadily increasing. Okay, so this will give rise to acceleration. I told you a train is starting from the
Yes,
plateau.
ma'am.
So therefore, it is uniform acceleration because it is steadily increasing. Okay, right? So this is uniform acceleration, or you can say that a steady increase in velocity. Now, if the velocity is not steadily increasing, sometimes it becomes more than less, then more than less, like you are going in the marketplace. Okay. Now, in that case, the graph is not here, but it will be a curved line. Remember the third graph, the
Yes,
curved
ma'am.
line? So this
Yes,
side,
ma'am.
so listen, this side you keep velocity, on this side you will have time, okay, and you will just have a curved line. So if you have a curved line, that means you are going in the marketplace in your car. And sometimes sometimes velocity is increasing, sometimes it is decreasing. Toshit, switch off your mic, mute your mic. Now, the third graph, uniform retardation. Now you can see that the body was traveling at 4 meters per second. Slowly, after 5 seconds, the velocity has
2
become,
meters.
then it is becoming 1 meter, and at 15 seconds it became 0. Okay.
0.
So the body.
Ma'am, how the last is uniform? Ma'am, how the
because the car stopped at
1 second is
retardation.
equal reducing acceleration, na?
This is retardation. Yeah, you can say reducing.
the car stopped after 15
1 second is
seconds.
equal retardation.
Yes, it is. Car stopped after 15 seconds. Okay, so he has started applying the brake from here. Okay, so the speed was 4 meters per second. Then slowly the speed started coming down.
2 meters.
And then it became 0. So this is
0.
uniform retardation. This
Retardation.
is uniform retardation. So again,
Velocity is decreasing.
Yeah. So velocity time. See, the first one was displacement time graph. Okay. In displacement time graph, this means body at rest. But if it is velocity time graph, it does not mean body at rest. Okay. Many children, they will just write body at rest. It is not body at rest. It is uniform motion. The car is going at the same speed. Uniform speed. The first graph. Okay. This first graph is uniform motion. Second graph.
It cannot be rest because it's moving. It's not still.
Yes, because it's velocity. Velocity is the steady, so it is moving. And the second graph is the velocity is increasing, so there is acceleration. And third graph, velocity is decreasing, so it is retardation. Did you understand all the three graphs? Velocity, time graph. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now calculation. Now the calculation. Just see what kind of calculations are there. Okay. Now first one is, this is a velocity time graph of a body in motion. Okay. Now in this graph, you can see that the body, this body has started and the velocity has increased, then decreased, then it has become negative and so on, right? Now what we have to do is, you have to find the displacement, means how much distance was covered by the body. Okay. So then
So we'll find the so we'll find the area.
Yeah. Now, if you want to find the displacement, how much did the body move, and you have a velocity time graph, there is a very simple formula. You just find the area below the graph. What do you have to find? Area below the graph. Okay. So now, see, this is the graph. Okay. This is a graph which is given. There is a big graph that is given. Now, if I want to know that in 13 seconds, see, the body has started from 0 seconds, and in 13 seconds, how much displacement was the body, how much was the displacement, or how much distance the body covered? All I have to do is, wherever I see the graph, you find the area below the graph. Now, if you see, no noise.
We will find the area.
Toshit, no noise. First, ABC is a triangle. Can you see ABC is a triangle? So I will find the area of this triangle.
Yes,
then CDEF is a trapezium. Find the area of the trapezium. that FGHI is the trapezium, find the area of the trapezium. So just see first one, ABC. You know the area of triangle, half base into height. Okay, if you can see, the base is 4. See, 0 to 4. The base is 4. Okay, and the height is 5. Can you see this 5? Okay, the height is 5. So half base into height, so 10.
10 meter.
Yeah, 10. Now, area of trapezium. Now, let us come to area of trapezium. Now, area of trapezium, half into the sum of the parallel sides multiplied by height. Okay. So, the sum of the parallel sides is this plus this. Okay. So, the first is 9 minus 4, that is 5. 5 and down it is 3. Okay. If you take from here 5 and from here 8. 8 minus 5, 3. So, half into sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the height. Okay. So, this height is multiplied by the height. So, that is 5. Okay. It is taken as 5.
But how 5 and 3?
Here. See here. This is 5. Can you see this? 0 to 5. So, the height is taken as 5. Okay.
How 3?
I am telling you. See, this side. 9 minus 4. Got 5? Toshik? 9 minus 4, 5. You got? Okay. Now, DE, you take a line over here. From E, it is the line, straight line goes to 8. And from D, the straight line goes to 5. So, 8 minus 5, 3. Okay. Understood? Again, see. DE, from D, draw a straight line, 5. From E, draw a straight line, 8. So, DE is 8 minus 5, 3. Okay. CF is 9 minus 4, 5. So, the sum of parallel sides is 5 plus 3. And this height of the trapezium, so come here. This is 5. Okay, 5. So, the height of the trapezium is 5. So, the area of trapezium CDEF is 20. Now, same way, area of this trapezium FGHI, again, it is, so half into 4. See what is 4 here? 13 minus 9, 4. Lower side is 4. And the upper side is 2. Because this is coming at 10 and this is coming at 12. From H, if I draw a perpendicular, it will come at 12. From G, if I draw a perpendicular, it will come at 10. So, GH is 2. FI is 4. So, 2 plus 4. Okay, and this is 5. This height is 5. Okay, here you can see this 5. So, height is 5. So, if I find the area of trapezium, it is 15. Now, the last part. Total area. Total area, what do I do? Add triangle plus 2 trapezium area. Okay, no noise. No noise. Who's... Okay, so I add the area.
There is too much disturbance.
So I add.
Yes, ma'am.
Please. Hello, please mute your mics.
It's coming from X house.
Ma'am, I think someone just turned on TV.
Please mute your mics. Okay. Now, so I will add all the 3, 10 plus 20 plus 15. So my answer is 45 meters square. So that means the total or 45 meter. Total area was 45 meters square. That means the distance covered is 45 meter. Okay. Understood? So the distance covered when the, yes.
Ma'am, shouldn't we subtract the second area, ma'am? Subtract 20.
No. It is, see, why we should not subtract? Because it's a vector quantity only to show that the person is going in an opposite direction. The car is going in an opposite direction. But the distance we cannot subtract, no. We have to add it only. No subtraction.
But this is displacement, ma'am.
Displacement, distance, whatever. It's the same thing. You cannot subtract. It will be, you have to add it only. Okay, it's only negative to show that the person is going in the opposite direction. You will not subtract, you will keep it as it is, and the answer will come as 45. Okay, you cannot subtract. So, from the velocity time graph, again, from velocity time graph, if I want to find the distance or displacement, okay, we will just find the area below the graph. That's all. Okay, just calculate. You will have different shapes. Okay, just calculate the area of each shape, add the area. This is a very good example, always asked in the exam. They give you a graph and they tell you find the distance covered by the body throughout the motion. Okay, so this is how you find. Is this clear to everyone? Simple it is. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next thing. Again, one more graph, velocity time graph. Okay? The velocity is increasing. Now, this time we are going to find two things. First, we are going to find the distance traveled and also acceleration. Now, what are the two things we are going to calculate from velocity time graph? You are going to calculate the distance and you are going to calculate the acceleration. So now, how do I calculate the distance? So simple, area below the graph. Where is the graph? This is the graph, this red line. The red line is the graph. Now, area below the graph, triangle POQ. Just calculate the area of triangle POQ. Half base. Can you see the base? 0 to 8. So 8. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is the height? 80. Can you see height 80? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So half into 8 into 80. Right? So that is the distance traveled.
320.
So the distance traveled is 320 meters. Right? Okay.
Neo, the answer is given.
Now after that, now very
So
important. Please mute yourselves. Now very important.
Neo, mute.
Shiva, acceleration of the body. How to find acceleration of the body? Now in distance time graph, the slope of the line gave you velocity. Remember, slope of the line gave you velocity. Now in velocity time graph, slope of the line will give you acceleration. What will the slope of the line give you? Acceleration. So now just see now how to find the slope of this line. Okay, so this is the line. Okay, from here you take one perpendicular from this point. Okay, from P you take a straight line to the y-axis 80. Okay, then from this lower line Q take to the y-axis 0. So 80 minus 0. Okay, and now from P take a line to the x-axis. It comes down at 8 seconds. Please mute your mics.
Ma'am, somebody's voice is coming too much.
Toshit, you first mute your mic. Okay.
Only.
And after that, Arya, please mute your mic. I can see your name flashing. And after that, from 8 minus 0. Okay. From this point, you will draw a straight line. Again, I'm saying how to find the slope. See here. This is the line. Okay. From here, first take a perpendicular to the y-axis. This is 80. Then from this part, I'm taking from this part. So this is 0. So 80 minus 0. Then from here, draw the perpendicular to x-axis. 8 minus 0. Simple, you do 80 minus 0, 8 minus 0. So 80 upon 8, 10 meter per second square. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, please, it got paused.
Priya, who is Priya? Please switch off mute your mics. Priya.
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
So you have to
It might be connection problem.
Your audio has to be on. Please see that your audio is on. Connection, check your connection. Everyone can hear. Again, did you follow this? Girija, the mic has to be switched off. Mute your mic. So the distance, how to calculate the distance and the display and the acceleration. Distance and the acceleration, very important graph, velocity time graph. From this they can ask you to find both the things. First one was distance of area below the graph and acceleration, slope of the graph. Again, I'm explaining slope from this point P straight perpendicular to y-axis and the lowest point O perpendicular. So it is 0. So 80 minus 0. Then from P perpendicular to the x-axis 8 and from here it is at 0. So 8 minus 0, very simple. 80 upon 8. So 10 meter per second square is the acceleration of this particular graph. Did you follow? So from velocity time graph, you can calculate the distance and you can calculate the acceleration both.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Amma and you are constantly sending messages.
Okay. Neo, please.
Ma'am, I didn't do it, ma'am. Krishna was doing it.
Okay, enough.
Toshit
See, everything is becoming. Listen.
Okay. It's
Listen.
recording.
Everything is being recorded, children. It will be sent to principal. All videos are going to principal, ma'am. Please behave yourselves. Mute. Total mute. Now look at this graph.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Arya.
Ma'am, the last slide, I did not understand properly because your voice was continuously breaking.
Oh, ma'am, it's not breaking.
No, 1 minute. The same thing is explained here. You just
For some people it breaks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Connection नहीं होती है, वहाँ break होती है.
Okay, now everyone's mic will be off. Toshit, you will not speak in between, please.
Mic is muted only.
Okay, I'm running out of time. Only 10 minutes are left. Please hurry up. Do not disturb now. See what happened now.
What happened?
That only now. Wait.
Only 9 minutes are left.
Okay, so there was only that acceleration time graph. So I will just show you some few examples of this acceleration time graph. Okay, just see a few examples of acceleration time graph. I will continue tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am.
Just see here quickly because 10 minutes are left. Okay. See, you people are interrupting and you are spoiling the lectures. Now, there is a question. I want you to do this tomorrow. That is why I'm showing you the solution. Everyone, there is a question in your books. Okay. On according to my book, it is on page number. See, exercise 12B. Exercise 12B. Just see the numericals. Okay, my book it is page number 47. Yours might be 48 or something. Just see the numericals. Question number 3. After multiple choice question, exercise 2B. After the multiple choice questions, there is the numerical. Okay, that is question number 3. Now the numerical is like this. The graph is given, time and displacement, everything is given, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You take a graph paper and you will draw the graph. Okay, so you will take the time on the x-axis and you will take the graph on the y-axis. Okay, and you will draw the graph like this. Okay, this is the numerical that I want you to do. Now in this you have to find out, okay, the question, you have to first plot the graph. When you plot the graph, you will get a graph like this. Okay, remember this. When you know how to plot the graphs. Okay, you have done it in maths also. So you will take displacement on the y-axis, you will take the time on the x-axis. You can see very clearly each this thing is 1 centimeter, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each square is 1 centimeter, and here you can take 5, 10, 15, 20, or you can take 2 centimeter. You will get this kind of a graph for question number 3 of numericals. Question number 3. Plot a body is moving in a straight line and displacement at various instants is given. Now you have to find total distance traveled in the interval 1 to 5. Now see here, 1 to 5 seconds. So at 1, it is at 5 seconds, it is at 18. If you see here, this is at 18, and at 1 second, it is at 6. So the distance traveled will be 18 minus 6. So you will get 12 meters. Okay, what will be the distance traveled? You will get 12 meters, right? So the distance traveled will be 18 minus 6, 12 meters. Now you have to find the average velocity. So how do I find the average velocity? Now from this, okay, this is your 1 second. Okay, so 1 second, this is the time. 1 second and 5 seconds. So 5 minus 1, 4. So average velocity will be total displacement divided by total time. So total displacement is 12 and total time is 4. Okay, so 12, yes, so 12 divided by 4, so 3 meter per second will be the average velocity. Again, I'm explaining, just here. You take a graph paper, plot the graph as you know how to plot. You will get a graph like this. Okay, now you are supposed to plot this graph and you have to find the average velocity between 1 and 5 seconds. How to find average velocity? First, you find distance or displacement in 1 to 5 seconds. So from 1, when you come to 1 second, you go to the graph. Okay, this side the displacement will be 6 meters. Then from 5 seconds, go to the graph like this, and you see the displacement this side, it is 18 meters. Okay, so 18 meters minus 6 meters, that is the displacement in your 1 to 5 seconds, that is 4 seconds. Okay, 12 meters. 18 minus 6, 12 meters. And the time taken, 4 seconds. So 12 divided by 4, 3 meter per second. So this will be the answer. Okay.
How time is 4 seconds?
That's what, ma'am.
Huh.
Are it came 12 now?
No,
12
1
meters.
1 minute, let me explain.
Asking
12,
for
12 meters is the distance. How time is 4 seconds? 5 minus 1. Time between 5 to 1 second. So 1 second, from here you're going 1. And from here you're going 5. So 5 minus 1, how many seconds? 4 seconds. So time
4
is 4.
seconds.
Time is 4. See, you have to learn to read the graphs. You all are not reading the graphs. From 5,
okay, ma'am.
5 minus 1, 4 seconds. And how do you get the displacement? Come straight line to the graph. Okay, here. So from here you see what is the answer, 6. And from 5 straight line to the graph over here. From here you see what is the answer, 18. Huh? So 18 minus
18.
6, 12. Right? So average velocity is 3 meter per second. Now there is one more very good example. Fourth one. Everyone see the fourth example. Very nice example. Turn the page. I have solved it, but it is little light. I hope you can see it. I've just copied, pasted. That is why. Now there is a graph that is shown. Okay. This is displacement and this is the time. Right. Now the first thing they are asking is velocity from 0 to 5 seconds. Now how do I find velocity from 0 to 5 seconds? I have to find the slope of the graph. Okay. Now see how to find the slope. 0 to 5 matlab you are talking of this line. What does 0 to 5 means? You are talking of this line. So from your slope, go this side. 3 minus 0. 3 minus 0, 3. Okay. So see here, 3. Now from here come down to time axis. 5. And from here 0. 5 minus 0. So 3 upon 5. Are you understanding? See again. This from 0 to 5 seconds. This is the line. How do you find the slope? From here, go to the perpendicular to the y-axis. So 3. From here to the y-axis 0. So 3 minus 0, 3. Now from here, perpendicular to the x-axis, come down 5. From here 0. 5 minus 0, 5. So 3 upon 5. So 0.6 meter per second is the velocity between 0 to 5 seconds. Now very interesting. Velocity between 5 to 7 seconds. Remember?
0.
This is a displacement time graph. Very good. So displacement time graph, straight parallel line means body at rest. Straight parallel line means body at rest. So velocity will be 0. Okay?
0.
Now
Yes,
next they are asking you between 7 and 9 seconds. See, this is how you read the graph. It is a very interesting topic, how you read the graph. Now velocity between 7 and 9 seconds. So let's come to 9. Okay, go up to this part. Okay, go to the right hand side. What is the velocity at 9 seconds? What is the displacement at 9 seconds? 7.
7.
And what is the displacement at 7 seconds? Go right hand side, left hand side.
3.
7. 7 and 3. 7 minus 3?
4.
Now, from here, come down. 9. From here, come down. 7. 9 minus 7? Okay. So,
2 meter per
velocity-
second.
Yes. So 7 minus 3, 4. And 9 minus 7, 2. So 2 meter per second. Did you understand? So
2 meter
simple.
per second.
Ah.
Yes,
So the
ma'am.
velocity is
Yes, ma'am.
done. Now the next, calculate the average velocity between 5 to 9 seconds. So let us see the average velocity between 5 to 9 seconds. So first let us see displacement between 5 to 9 seconds. Up 5 to 9 seconds. 5 to 9. So at 5, where was he? At 5, he was at 3. And
He was at 3.
9, where was he? At 7.
7.
7.
So
At 7.
7 minus 3, what is the answer?
4.
So
So-
displacement is 4. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
time. 9 minus 5, what is the time? 9 minus 5?
4.
Okay. So let us see how it is being calculated. From 5 to 9 seconds, displacement is 7 minus 3, 4.
7
Time
minus 3,
elapsed
4.
is also 4. So average velocity, displacement upon time. So 4 upon 4, so 1 meter per second.